Very good morning everyone. Welcome back in this series of UPSC Indian Economies top 80 MCQs. So yesterday we did the part 1 in which we have discussed 10 top MCQs. So today I'll be taking up from the 11th question. Can you please let me know very quickly, is the audio video clear to you all? Anyone? Audio video clear? Can anyone tell me? All right. So let's begin with the question number 11. Okay. Question 11. We have discussed so far till question number 10 in detail. Okay. Let's take up this question now. Question 11. 11th question says, which of the following is true? Which of the following is true regarding Monetary Policy Committee? So this question is again talking about your Monetary Policy Committee. Okay. So first statement is, the inflation target is defined in terms of All India Consumer Price Index. This is your first statement. Second statement is, inflation target would be set by Government of India in consultation with, just a second. All right. So second statement says that the inflation target would be set by Government of India in consultation with the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, once in every 5 years. Third is, resolution adopted by MPC, Monetary Policy Committee, will be published or is published after conclusion of every meeting of MPC. Let me know what is the right answer. Yes, anyone please. What should be the right answer? So again, how many statements given above are correct? Tell me, how many statements are correct? This is very simple question regarding MPC. You all know everything about MPC, right? Tell me the answer. All right, so let's see. First statement says, inflation target is defined in terms of All India Consumer Price Index. Yes, as I told you that the inflation target which we take, or inflation which is in consideration by Government of India, by RBI, particularly by RBI, is specifically based upon your consumer price index and not upon your wholesale price index. Okay, so you should remember this, that CPI is the basis of this inflation targeting. Okay, so this is true. Then inflation target would be set by Government of India in consultation with the RBI. That is also true. Once in every 5 years. Yes, so presently your target is 4 plus minus 2%. Third says, resolution adopted by MPC is published after conclusion of the MPC. Yes, so your answer should be C. All of them are correct. No statement was wrong, right? So once in every 5 years, this target has to be revised by Government of India in consultation with the central bank, right? So this was the question. All statements are correct. Now question number 12. Question number 12. Which of the following is correct regarding National Electronic Toll Collection System? NETC. Which one of the following is correct regarding National Electronic Toll Collection System? So this is interesting again, very innovative solution, as you know, launched by the government. So basically these statements are there regarding your National Electronic Toll Collection System. You must have idea about this. Tell me which statements are correct. NHAI first says that NHAI, National Highways Authority of India, NHAI has developed the National Electronic Toll Collection Program, okay, to meet the electronic tolling requirements of Indian market. This is the first statement. Second says, FASTag is a device that employs RFID technique, radio frequency identification, RFID technique or technology for making toll payments directly while the vehicle is crossing the toll or it is in motion. Okay. Third says FASTag payments are directly linked to prepaid instruments or the savings account, current account of the person. Which of the above are correct? Maheshwar Reddy. Okay. So these answers are for this question number 12, right? So please mention the question number as well so that I can know which question have you answered, right? Okay, you are saying 1 and 3 and you are saying only 2. Let's see. So here, if I have to tell you, the first one is incorrect. Okay, let me please tell you this thing. Listen carefully. Okay, I am giving you some elimination techniques as well in between the lectures. First thing, wherever these are, practiced, I am not giving it out of vacuum, out of nowhere. These have been practiced and they work. Actually, you have to increase your number of attempts, right? So you have to risk, you have to take the risk. Okay, now taking risk scientifically or on the lines which have been practiced so far is far better than, Jai Mata Di karne se, right? So it would be better to do scientific, take scientific risks, okay, or to adopt the elimination techniques which are scientific. So remember, wherever you see these kind of statements, I am telling you, you just practice them in previous year questions, you will find that this is working, okay, only on previous year questions. I am not talking about the mocks, okay. So NHAI, now wherever there is authority given in the statement that this program has been initiated by this authority, this scheme has been launched by this ministry, this organization has published this report, you have to give it a doubt, you have to give it the benefit of doubt. Generally they are wrong. Generally I am saying maybe 8 out of 10 questions can be right from this technique. I am telling you, okay. So generally they are wrong. You can, if you don't know about, because you cannot remember every scheme launched by every ministry, right? You have to take risks. You have to increase your number of attempts more accurately as much as possible, right? So you can give them a benefit of doubt. So I am telling you this works. Now see here, NHAI. So this developed by this, okay, NHAI here is wrong. So the statement says NHAI has developed the National Electronic Toll Collection System. No, it is wrong. It has been developed by your National Payment Corporation of India, okay, NPCI. Alright, so NHAI here will be wrong. NHAI will be wrong. Second statement says FASTag, this is wrong. FASTag is a device that employs RFID technique. Yes. Remember, this radio frequency identification technology, every new technology in your space sector, every new technology in your communication sector is in defense sector is very important for your UPSC prelims. They have asked RFID technique earlier as well. So you have had questions on radio frequency identification technology in UPSC prelims if you look at the previous year questions, okay. So remember, space technology, biotechnology, medical instruments related, like they have asked the molecular scissors, okay. So they have been asking these innovations, so you should keep a track on them, clear. So this is true that the FASTag device employs RFID technique, radio frequency identification technique, which identifies the customer, the QR, and then as you know, the FASTag code can be pasted upon your vehicle. Due to RFID technique, the payment gets deducted, okay. So you don't have to wait in the long queues, so it basically reduces your logistic cost as well. Logistic costs get reduced, right? The people, the vehicles can move freely, move easily, they don't have to stop and wait for long. Clear? Third, FASTag payments are directly linked to prepaid instruments. Yes, they directly get deducted from your bank account through UPI wallet, say, okay, or through whichever bank account you have registered this thing, okay, opened the account with FASTag. So it happens. So all of them are not correct. First is incorrect, second and third stands to be correct. So effectively your answer should be only 2, which is B. Yes, so answer is B. Okay, only 2 statements are correct. Now let's see the explanation. As I told you, National Payments Corporation of India, NPCI, has developed this National Electronic Toll Collection Program. So it is not developed by NHAI, it is developed by National Payments Corporation of India. Remember, I told you, one more thing. I want to share with all the students. See, you have to do these things. You have to attempt the paper very smartly, otherwise you will be kicked out of the list. Clearly I am saying, okay. So scientific techniques are there, like the science related application based questions I am telling you, okay. Application based questions of science which are futuristic in nature. Suppose there is a question, and these questions have been asked past 2-3 years in your prelims examination. For example, there is a question that asks drone can do this. Okay, 4 or 5 applications have been mentioned in your options. Now drone can do anything. One more thing, these possibility enhancers, you know, can some not, okay. Can, possibility enhancer, it increases your possibility. Getting my point? So if science is asking possibility of something in future, UPSC does not even know what the technology or science can do. So generally those statements, those options are correct. It gives you actually 100% accuracy a lot number of times. Even if not 100, 99%. Yes, accelerometer or the drone question asked, right? Drone can spray pesticides. It can take samples from the mouth of shark or whale, somewhat like this. So these were asked. Now you get confused. Oh, what can drone do? These are very low lying fruits. If you miss upon these questions, believe me, you will not be able to clear the cutoff. Why? Because these are something in which you need to act smart. You don't know about every technology, about application of every technology. That is very normal, human limitation, right? But you have to attempt the question scientifically. So just try to think it in this way, that you know, any application of science. Today we don't know we can fly from say Gurgaon to Noida, right? Or Gurugram to Noida. But as you know, there are news regarding some air taxis being made, right? So this can also happen in future. You never know what can happen in future. So future application based questions of science and technology, they seem to be very difficult, but generally all the options are correct. Remember, I am telling you this, you should not miss upon these kind of questions, okay? So this is the thing. National Payments Corporation of India has developed this. Now moving on to the next question. Question number 13. Question number 13. Which of the following is correct regarding Financial Stability and Development Council, FSDC? Financial Stability and Development Council. So statements are given. First is chairman of the council is Finance Minister. Financial Stability and Development Council, you must have read about it, right? First says chairman is Finance Minister. Second says that all the members of FSDC are also the members of the subcommittee of FSDC. Okay. Then third says the Financial Stability and Development Council subcommittee has also been set up under the chairmanship of Chief Economic Advisor. Under the chairmanship of Chief Economic Advisor. So this is the question. Tell me, question number 13, only 2. Statement 3 is incorrect. Okay, very good. Very good. So chairman of Financial Stability and Development Council is Finance Minister. Yes, true. Second, all the members of FSDC are also the members of the FSDC subcommittee. Yes, true. But FSDC subcommittee is not chaired by Chief Economic Advisor, rather it is chaired by Governor of RBI. So it is chaired by RBI Governor. Clear? So B has to be the right answer. Only 2. Yes, B is the right answer. Only 2 statements are correct. Right. Now as you can see here, FSDC subcommittee has also been set up under the chairmanship of Governor RBI. Governor RBI. So RBI Governor chairs the subcommittee of FSDC. Clear? This is the thing. Now what is this Financial Stability and Development Council? Just a very quick overview. As you all know, it has been set up as an apex level body, you know, constituted by Government of India, of course, to strengthen and institutionalize the mechanism of maintaining financial stability. So to basically have financial stability, enhance inter-regulatory coordination among the departments, organizations promoting financial sector development, and Financial Stability and Development Council was set up by government as the apex level forum. So it is the apex level body for ensuring financial stability, security and development. Okay, now this is important. Another very important question, which you can see, these kind of questions can also be asked in prelims. They have asked a lot of questions on committees earlier. Now you don't see this trend, but you know, anytime the trend can reverse, because it's UPSC, right? So Raghuram Rajan committee has recommended the setting up of FSDC. This is important. Government of India constituted FSDC on the recommendation of which committee? So Raghuram Rajan committee. Raghuram Rajan, as you all know, former RBI governor, very highly intellectual personality he is. Okay, so Raghuram Rajan committee gave the recommendation in 2008. On this recommendation, FSDC was established. So this is important. Revise all these points. Okay, now moving on to the next question. Question number 14. Question number 14. Which of the following is correct regarding payment banks? Now, you must have read the difference between small finance bank, payment bank, right? All these banks. So there are particularities about payment banks, what payments bank can do, what payments bank cannot do, what small finance bank can do, what it cannot do, right? So all these things, this is very important sector from which questions can be asked. Okay, so let's try to attend this question. First statement says payments bank cannot undertake lending activities. Okay, second says the deposits mobilized by the payments bank are not covered under the deposit insurance scheme of DICGC, which is your Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation of India. So it says that these deposits of payment banks are not covered by DICGC, unlike banks. Okay, third, payment banks cannot accept NRI deposits and they cannot do any foreign exchange transactions. They cannot do any foreign exchange transactions. Let me know what is the right answer here. Second statement is wrong. 5 lakhs is covered under DICGC. Okay. You are saying second statement is wrong. Alright. So, yes. If you see the statements, first says payment bank cannot undertake lending activities. This is true. This is true. If you see the difference between small finance bank and payment bank, the difference is small finance bank can do lending activities as well accept deposits. Payment bank cannot issue a credit card or they cannot lend. They only can accept deposits. This is it. Okay. So this is there. It is true. They cannot indulge in lending activities. Okay. They can accept deposits. Second says that the deposits under payment bank are not covered by DICGC insurance. Wrong. They are covered by DICGC insurance. Okay. Third says payment banks cannot accept NRI deposits and cannot do forex transactions. Yes. Payment banks are not allowed to accept NRI deposits. For NRI deposits, you have all other accounts, as we are discussing in the CA, IIB, BFM classes which I am taking on your YouTube. We have been discussing the NRI accounts, NRE, NRO, FCNRB, right? So we are discussing these for NRI deposits by PIOs, by NRIs. So these are not allowed for payment banks. They also cannot do the forex transactions. So effectively this second statement stands to be incorrect. So your answer should be 1 and 2, that is only 2 are correct. So answer should be B. How many of these statements are correct? B should be the answer. Yes, B is the answer. Okay. B is the answer. Right. Now let's just quickly take a view on payment bank, because this is important. One question I am asking to you: which committee gave recommendation for establishment of payments bank? This is another very important committee in the banking system chapter of Indian economy for UPSC. Which committee gave recommendation for payments bank, for setting up of payments bank? Answers please. Very good. Nachiket More committee. Yes, Nachiket More committee gave the recommendation. Very good. I appreciate that. So let's quickly see what payment bank is all about, right? So Acceptance of demand deposits, yes, they can accept demand deposits. Will initially be restricted initially to this much amount per individual, okay, which is your 2 lakhs. But issuance of ATM debit cards, however, cannot issue credit card. Remember, cannot issue credit card. As I told you, payment bank, because credit card is also a loan, right? They cannot indulge in lending activities. Debit card for withdrawing the money. Credit card is a loan, right? So it gives you loan. They cannot give you loan. This is the thing. So they cannot issue credit card. Now, payments and remittance services through various channels, they can take. Business correspondents, they can be served as BCs or business correspondents for another banks. Okay, what are business correspondents? When you have someone as authorized business correspondent, they can take banking activities, they can do banking activities on your behalf. Okay, subject to RBI, and you all know what. So business correspondent model can be implemented on payments bank. Now, distribution of non-risk sharing simple financial products like mutual fund units and insurance products, they can distribute these non-risk sharing products. So the product line is also wider. When I say product line, you need to understand product line means the services offered by the bank or the financial institute. Okay, they can issue these things, they can have these products. Mutual funds, not issuing, they can purchase the mutual funds, they can invest in mutual funds, insurance products, all these things, because as you know, they are of lesser risk, right? Mutual funds, insurance products, etc. So these are allowed. Payment bank cannot undertake lending activities specifically, and the eligible deposits mobilized by the payment bank would be covered under the DICGC. It is covered, so that's why that statement was wrong. Okay. And the minimum paid up equity here is your 100 crores, okay, for payment bank. Also, see, payment bank, small financial banks, they have, they have been established with a purpose of enhancing financial inclusion in the economy, enhancing financial inclusion. So payment banks are required to have 25% of their branches in unbanked rural areas. Those rural areas which do not have branches, which do not have banks. So it is basically promoting financial inclusion. What is financial inclusion? It is basically mainstreaming or integrating the unbanked areas with the banking system, developing depositing or banking habits in the people, right? So financial inclusion is being promoted by payments bank, by small finance bank, all these banks which were introduced. Clear? One more question I need to discuss with you. Who gave the concept of financial inclusion firstly in India? Which committee? Which committee gave this term financial inclusion first time in India? Which is the committee? Tell me the answer. Does anyone know that? Alright, it is your Raghuram Rajan, C. Rangarajan and Raghuram Rajan committee. Okay. Any answers? No, not Narsimha committee. It is the term financial inclusion is given by your C. Rangarajan and Raghuram Rajan committee in India. Okay. Financial inclusion. Remember. Now, second question. Second means next question, okay, not second. So 15th in the series. Which of the following is correct? Which of the following is correct regarding small finance banks? So again, we have discussed payment banks, we have seen payment banks. Now, what is correct regarding small finance bank? This is also one of the most important areas of questions where questions are being asked from, okay. So first says, small finance bank have to maintain cash reserve ratio and statutory liquidity ratio as per RBI guidelines. SFB shall primarily undertake basic banking activities of acceptance of deposits and lending to unserved and underserved sections. Unserved and underserved sections. Third says, the small finance bank is restricted to holding a maximum balance of 2 lakh per individual. 2 lakh per individual. So these are your statements. Tell me, Which of them are correct regarding small finance bank? These are some of the areas which are probable areas for questions, okay? You are saying 2 is correct, that is statement 3 is wrong. 2 lakhs limit is on payments bank. Okay, so you are saying 3rd is wrong. Let's see. So first says SFB have to maintain CRR and SLR. Yes, that's true. Okay, what is CRR and SLR? Cash reserve ratio, statutory liquidity ratio. The reserve requirements as per the RBI. You have to maintain the minimum reserve requirement. So CRR, certain percentage of your NDTL, net demand and time liabilities, which you need to keep in cash with the central bank. Okay, NDTL is your entire deposits, including current, saving, fixed deposit, anything which the bank has. So certain percentage of it as per the rate decided, percentage decided by the RBI, you have to keep with the central bank in form of cash. What is SLR? A statutory liquidity ratio, certain percentage of again NDTL, net demand and time liabilities, to be kept in 3 forms: government securities, gold and cash, with yourself or with the bank itself. Okay, so yes, SFB also has to adhere to the CRR and SLR reserve requirements, right? Second, SFB shall primarily undertake basic banking facilities. Yes, as I told you, one of the aims of implementing these banks, SFB, payment bank, is your financial inclusion. So government wants, RBI wants that the underserved and unserved areas should get the basic banking facilities to include the to increase the financial inclusion. So that's how this is also right. One more thing which I need to tell you, the desirable statements are generally right. You have to practice these techniques, you know, these are scientific. Otherwise it would be very difficult to clear prelims, because now it is not only the game of knowledge. As you can see, the cutoff has dropped. Sometimes in 16-17 it used to be around 198. Okay, in 16 I think it was the highest 120, but after that it kept on declining, but still it was closer to 100. Now you see the last year's cutoff 75 only. Why people are not able to score marks? Very confusing statements are there, mix up of information is there, you cannot remember everything. So you need to filter out the information and come out to the answer. This is your task in the exam. You don't have to prove yourself on your knowledge. Getting my point? Yes. So how do you do that? You have to practice these techniques, and I am telling you, once you practice them on your previous year question paper, you will have another level of confidence in the prelims and your marks will increase substantially. Okay, so I am telling you these kind of statements, desirable statement. Nothing wrong in this statement that SFB shall primarily undertake these kind of activities. Yes, this is something desirable. It should happen. It has to be right. Clear? So no confusion. This is true, this is true, this is wrong, this is wrong. There is no such limit on SFB, right? So third statement is wrong. Hence, your B has to be the right answer. Only 2 are correct. Yes, B is the right answer. Okay, let's see quickly regarding SFBs. So small finance banks shall primarily undertake basic activities. That is statement. Then there will not be any restriction in the area of operation of small finance bank. No such restrictions. It's just that the minimum paid up equity has to be 200 crores. Remember, for payment bank it was 100 crores. For SFB it is 200 crores. So minimum paid up equity capital. Okay, what is paid up equity capital? What the total amount which the shareholders give you in the initial issuances, right? So the minimum paid up equity capital for small finance bank has to be 200 rupees or 200 crore rupees, sorry. Okay, so rupees 200 crores. Clear? So this is your SFB. You should remember, no restriction in the operation of small finance bank. It's just that the minimum paid up equity capital has to be at least rupees 200 crores. Okay, one more thing very important, that small finance banks are required to extend 75% of their total loan to sectors eligible for priority sector lending. You know, there is something called priority sector lending. What is priority sector lending? There are certain priority areas of the government which the government wants the banking system to extend credit to, right? So like education, health, MSME sector, micro, small and medium enterprises, these sectors are your priority sectors. So the government wants to have financial inclusion there. Again I told you, you can relate why we have payments bank, small finance bank. The umbrella purpose is financial inclusion. We want to include these sideline sectors where there is lesser credit penetration. We want to increase the credit penetration in these underserved areas, underserved sectors. So we have kept them under priority sectors. It should be your priority to lend to these sectors first. Getting my point? So they have to lend at least 75% of their total lending activities to the priority sectors. Remember, okay? This is important for SFBs. Then at least 50% of its loan portfolio should constitute loans and advances up to rupees 20 lakh. So small finance, right? Small finance bank, financial inclusion, you can all relate to these features. Their purpose is only this, right? Then 25% of new branches should be in the unbanked rural areas. Again, why these branches should be in the unbanked rural areas? To promote financial inclusion. Clear? Now one thing, when payments bank reaches the net worth of say rupees 500 crores, therefore becomes systematically important, diversified ownership listing will be mandatory within 3 years of reaching that net worth. Okay, so this is regarding small finance bank, okay, this feature, not payment bank. I think there is some typing mistake here, so we will correct it. Okay, one more thing I need to discuss with you. Just remember these facts. The first question which we discussed yesterday, I need to do some correction. That's why I'm telling you. The first question, I went through the data that our services exports are more or merchandise exports are more. So the official data directly taken from the government's website says merchandise exports are more from India, not the services exports. Listen carefully, we are not talking about the trade balance. Trade balance is same. Services has a positive trade balance, merchandise has a negative trade balance, but when we particularly talk about exports, merchandise exports presently as per official data are higher than the services exports. So you should correct that line in the first question which we discussed yesterday. I think it was the third statement. If you can see in your PDF, it was written over there that services exports are more than merchandise. No. Merchandise exports are more than services exports. So it's just a correction which you should remember. Clear? Got this point? Merchandise exports from India are presently higher than the, in value, in terms of value, they are greater than the services exports. Got this point? All of you? Okay. So now next question. Which of the following is correct regarding lead bank scheme? Lead bank scheme. This is another very important scheme which is there in the news every time, right? So lead bank scheme is administered by Reserve Bank of India. This is the first statement. Second, assignment of lead bank responsibility to designated banks in every district is done by RBI. Then private sector banks have been assigned lead bank responsibility in most of the districts. Which is the correct answer? Tell me. You have to tell me the correct one. What should be the right answer here? Regarding lead bank scheme. What are your answers? Let me know. Only 2. Statement 3 is incorrect, you are saying. Okay, very good. So lead bank scheme is administered by RBI, as you know, right? What will be the lead bank? The best performing bank of that district. Okay, the assignment of lead bank responsibility to designated banks in every district done by RBI, correct. Private sector banks have been assigned. This is wrong. Mostly public sector banks, private along with public. Okay, private along with public. So generally at present more of public sector banks have been assigned the responsibility of lead bank and less of private sector banks. We have the data as well. So the answer should be B, which is only 2. Yes, answer is B. Alright. Now here is the data. Why did I say that the third statement is incorrect? You can see here 12 public sector banks and just 1 private sector bank so far as of now. So 12 public sector banks and 1 private sector bank have been assigned this responsibility of lead bank. So therefore this statement becomes incorrect, right? So this was your question regarding lead bank scheme. Next question on your screen. Which of the following is correct regarding joint liability groups? Joint liability groups. Again, very important, similar to self-help groups, but something different, right? So SHGs, as you know, are one of the very interesting and very favorite topics of UPSC. So they keep on asking questions on SHG in pre, in mains, right? Similar topic becomes important for your examination. Joint liability groups, JLGs, joint liability groups. So here, joint liability groups are informal groups of around 4 to 10 members who are engaged in similar economic activities and who are willing to jointly undertake to repay the loan. So basically they want to have loan at collective level, right? Borrow loan as a group, then jointly undertake the responsibility of repaying it. That's why joint liability will be shared of repaying the loan taken by the group from the banks. So they want, these are groups formed because you know when individual takes loan, the amount also is less, the risk also is more, so they form a group. Now since they have formed a group, their liability of repaying will be shared. This statement is saying that. Second, financing of these joint liability groups was introduced as a pilot project by RBI. Financing of JLGs was introduced as a pilot project. Pilot project means once you are launching it on a trial and error basis, you want to see how does it work, then we will implement it at the entire national level, right? So pilot launched by RBI. Third, bank credit to members of these groups is eligible for priority sector advance under the respective category like agriculture, micro, small, medium enterprises, social infrastructure. What is the correct answer here? Tell me. Correct answer please, very quickly. Any answers? Okay. So here let's see. First thing, JLGs are informal groups. Yes, this statement is correct. Okay, this is correct. Second, financing of JLGs is launched as a pilot project. Yes, it is correct, but not by RBI. Not by RBI. Again, see, I told you something launched by someone, report published by this, scheme launched by this ministry. Give it a benefit of doubt. I am telling you, you can attempt more questions like this. Some initiative launched by some organization, that can be wrong. So if you don't know about anything, you don't know anything about the question, you can give that benefit of doubt and you can consider that statement as wrong, eliminating that statement and coming closer to the answer. So probability will increase, right? You have to increase your probability even if you cannot increase your accuracy in the questions, right? So this is the thing. Here it is wrong. It is a pilot project launched by NABARD, not by RBI. Clear? Third is also true that these can also be eligible for priority sector lending. Clear? Okay. So which of them are correct? Only 2. B is the right answer, as you can see. Financing of JLGs was introduced as pilot project in 2004-05 by NABARD. So as you can see here, it was launched as a pilot project, financing of these groups. Yes, but not by RBI, but by NABARD. Okay. NABARD, as you all know, National Bank. NABARD is the right answer here. Okay. So B will be the right answer. Now question number 18. Question number 18. Question number 18 says, which of the following is correct regarding priority sector lending certificates? another important question. So you have noted down the correction which I told you regarding first question, right? That merchandise exports in terms of value are more from India than the services exports, right? Remember, so just correct that statement. This is another question in front of you, question number 18. Which of the following is correct regarding priority sector lending certificates? So this is something also very innovative. Priority sector lending certificates are a mechanism to enable banks to achieve the priority sector lending target and sub-targets by purchase of these instruments in the event of shortfall. So certificates, as you know, can be traded, right? Second, priority sector lending certificates also incentivizes the surplus banks. Banks which have surplus regarding this priority sector, they have met their obligations regarding priority sector lending. Now they have surplus to do that. They can sell, allows them to sell their excess achievements over targets, thereby enhancing lending to the categories under priority sector. So they can sell these certificates to another bank who does not have a surplus but has a deficit, say. Okay. Third, the PSLCs will be traded through the NDS-OM platform of RBI. So you know RBI has these platforms, NDS-OM, the core banking solution, CBO, right? So what is the right answer? What is the right answer here? 18, only 2. Statement 3 seems wrong. Very good, yes. So first is true. Yes, it is a mechanism. These certificates, as you know, certificates, they assign a certain limit that you have to do at least this much. If you are running in shortfall, you can purchase these certificates from other banks, or those banks having surplus can sell these certificates, right? Okay, second is also true. Third is wrong here. These can be traded, yes, but these certificates are not traded on this platform, NDS-OM. Okay, this is traded on another platform of RBI, which is your eKuber. Okay, it is traded on eKuber. So this is traded on your eKuber platform, hence third statement is wrong. These can be traded through eKuber platform of your RBI. Okay, so first and second are correct. Answer should be B, only 2. Here is the answer, right? Now, as you can see here, that these PSLCs will be traded through the CBS portal as we call it, eKuber. Okay, eKuber of RBI. So this is not NDS-OM portal, this is CBS portal, core banking solution. Okay, clear? Now, moving ahead with question number 19. Another important scheme, Kisan credit card, seems to be one of the most favorite areas of UPSC. I am telling you, number of times they have asked questions on KCC. I think last year paper or either in 2022 or 2023 they have also asked KCC. Okay, so it is regarding your Kisan credit card scheme. These are your statements. Tell me the right answer. First says, at present short term crop loans up to 3 lakh rupees are covered under interest subvention scheme or prompt repayment incentive scheme of the Government of India for Kisan. Okay. Second, Kisan credit card scheme is being implemented by regional rural banks, RRBs and cooperative banks only. Third, National Payments Corporation of India has designed the KCC card. What is the right answer? Statement 2 is wrong. KCC is implemented by scheduled commercial bank also. Very good. So first statement is true. Yes, the short term crop loan is there up to 3 lakhs under interest subvention scheme of Government of India. What is this scheme? It is basically for the subvention of interest, providing loans at lower interest to these farmers. So the present interest rate under the interest subvention scheme is how much? 7% per annum, if you remember, right? 7% per annum up to 3 lakh rupees, 7% per annum. So presently under the interest subvention scheme, this is the interest rate, 7% per annum, right? Now second, it is implemented by RRBs and cooperative banks only? No. See this only. If you are appearing in UPSC's prelims, you have to have an eye on extreme words. Only, nothing, no, no one. These are extreme words, okay? So generally they reduce the possibility of the statement to be correct. So you have to give it your thought wherever these extreme words are written. Generally they are wrong. Generally I am saying. Sometimes it is the true statement as well. But generally they are wrong. You can bet upon it. Okay, you can take the risk, right? So RRBs and cooperative banks only. You know that they are also implemented by scheduled commercial bank. That is good. But if you don't know something which is there in the statement and that says it is only, you can consider it as wrong, because these are extreme words. You have to avoid them, right? So by this you can also do, but factually this is also wrong. RRBs and commercial banks and cooperative banks are there, but scheduled commercial banks are also implementing the Kisan Credit Card scheme. Clear? And the National Payments Corporation of India has developed the card. Yes, that is true, right? So B has to be the right answer, only 2, because yes, second one is incorrect. So first and third are correct, only 2. Okay. Now that was also correct. Your NPCI has designed the KCC card. Next question, question number 20. Which of the following is correct regarding green credit program? Very important, very important. The innovations, the schemes, initiatives for environment are also very important for your prelims. Let's see. Forest Survey of India serve as the GCP administrator. Now try to attempt this question from the technique which I gave you. If you don't even know about this organization, or you don't know that who has implemented this particular program, I told you these kind of questions you can give them a doubt, a benefit of doubt, that Forest Survey of India serves this, this has launched this, it comes under this. These kind of statements are generally wrong. So Forest Survey of India serves as the GCP administrator responsible for program implementation, management, monitoring and operation of green credit program. Second says green credit means a singular unit of an incentive provided for a specific activity delivering a positive impact on the environment. Again I told you, desirable statements are always right. Desirable statement, isn't it desirable? Nothing seems to be wrong with this statement. It should be there. So it is a desirable statement, hence it has to be correct. Statement 1 is wrong, Forest Survey. Okay. Third, green credit program is independent of carbon credit under the carbon credit trading scheme. So yes, first is incorrect. Forest Survey of India is not the administrator of green credit program. It is not. Okay. Other two statements are correct. Clear? What is green credit? Like, you have credits, you have permits. So these are to incentivize sustainable development, production with consideration to the environment, right? So these are like your credits or permits. Now, how many of them are correct? B, only 2, because first one is incorrect. Then who is the administrator of this green credit program? The Indian Council of Forestry Research and Education, which is a society registered under Societies Registration Act. Ministry of Environment, Forest under Government of India serves as the GCP administrator. So basically your Forest Survey of India is not the administrator. Who is the administrator? Indian Council of Forestry Research and Education. Indian Council of Forestry Research and Education. It is basically a society also registered under the Societies Registration Act. Clear? So always remember this. This is important, under Ministry of, obviously, Environment and Forests, right? MOEFCC, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Alright. Moving on to the next question. Also remember this news, India has co-hosted with UAE this global credit card initiative at COP28. So this is another important information. Which of the following is correct regarding EcoMark scheme? Similar scheme, similar to this green credit program, EcoMark. Which one is correct? Products accredited under EcoMark scheme will adhere to specific environmental criteria ensuring minimal environmental impact. Second statement, NGT, National Green Tribunal, administers the EcoMark scheme in partnership with Bureau of Indian Standards, which is the national body of standards and certification. Third says, certification of standards body, national or international, for quality and safety or mandate of quality control orders shall be prerequisite for EcoMark. Which above these statements is correct? Question number 21. Question number 21. Which of them are correct? Okay, so even if you don't know the answer, I gave you something, right? I gave you a hint to attempt these questions. Again, you can give a doubt to this statement that NGT administers this. NGT administers this, okay? So I told you that these statements can be wrong. They have higher probability of being wrong rather than being correct. Getting my point? So here first and second are true. Answer is B. Only two are correct, and among those two, first and third are correct. Yes. Second is wrong. It is not administered by EcoMark label is not administered by your NGT, National Green Tribunal. It is administered by your CPCB, okay, Central Pollution Control Board. So it is administered by CPCB. Remember, EcoMark certification program administered by Central Pollution Control Board. So CPCB administers the EcoMark scheme in partnership with Bureau of Indian Standards. Okay, so yes, CPCB administers in partnership with BIS, it is true, but not NGT. Clear? CPCB will administer it in partnership with BIS. Now, which of the following is correct regarding Financial Intelligence Unit? Again, important question. Financial Intelligence Unit. Very important organization, FIU. It implements the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002, PMLA. It is a national agency responsible for receiving, processing, analyzing and disseminating information relating to suspect financial transactions. It is an independent body reporting directly to the Economic Intelligence Council headed by Finance Minister. Tell me what is the right answer here? Given these statements, what is the right answer? Regarding Financial Intelligence Unit. Any answers? Question number 22. So all of them seem to be correct, right? Answer is C. All of them are correct. Yes, it implements the PMLA Act. Yes, it is responsible for all these, receiving, processing any suspect related to financial transactions, suspected information or any suspected financial transaction. It directly reports to Economic Intelligence Council, okay, headed by Finance Minister. It reports to Economic Intelligence Council headed by Finance Minister, remember. So this is important and very easy question. Next question. Now, you have something called IBC, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. So, this question is related to IBC code. Question number 23. Which of the following is correct regarding Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016? First, individuals are not covered under IBC. You must have read IBC, okay? Second, minimum amount of default to initiate corporate insolvency resolution is rupees 1 lakh. Next, this code does not cover bank, financial institutions, insurance companies, asset reconstruction companies, mutual funds, collective investment schemes or pension funds. Which of them are correct? Which of them are correct? IBC is also one of the important topics because NPA is a bigger problem for India and we have been addressing it. So regarding NPA, you have several initiatives. One of the biggest initiative is your IBC for NPA, for addressing the non-performing assets problem of NPA. Okay. Which of them are correct? Any answers? I am waiting for your responses. Okay, so first, individuals are not covered under IBC. It is wrong. Individuals, companies, firms are covered. Individuals are also covered, and the Debt Recovery Tribunal, DRT, Debt Recovery Tribunal under IBC deals with the individual cases, right? So individuals are covered. So this is wrong. Minimum amount of default to initiate corporate insolvency resolution is 1 lakh. No, initially it was 1 lakh. Originally when it was introduced, it was 1 lakh, but now it has been increased to 1 crore. Okay. This code does not cover bank, financial institutions, insurance company, asset reconstruction company. Yes, these institutes are not covered under IBC. So third is correct. First and second are wrong. So A should be the right answer. Only one. Third is correct. Yes, A is the right answer. Okay. Individuals other than persons referred to in clause are also covered. Individuals are also covered, and DRT, as I told you, Debt Recovery Tribunal deals with the individual cases. Okay. And this code does not cover bank, financial institutes, insurance company, ARDs, mutual fund, collective investment schemes, etc. Also it has been regarding the initiation of the process of corporate insolvency. See, CIRP proceedings may be initiated against a corporate debtor by the corporate debtor. Okay. When it was enacted, this code was enacted, the minimum amount of default to initiate this insolvency process against corporate debtor, the initial limit was 1 lakh, as you can see here. However, central government has through notification raised the threshold value of minimum amount of default to 1 crore rupees, as I told you. So now it's not 1 lakh. Remember, minimum default amount to initiate proceedings against corporate debtor is now 1 crore. So it has been amended. It has been notified by the central government now. Earlier it was 1 lakh, now it is 1 crore. Okay. Remember this thing. Next question. Which of the following is correct regarding IBC again? IBC again. The adjudicating authority in relation to insolvency matters of companies who will take the cases, deal with the cases with regard to companies and firms shall be DRT. Second, an appeal from an order of the Debt Recovery Tribunal under this code shall be filed before Debt Recovery Appellate Tribunal. Third, an appeal from an order of the Debt Recovery Appellate Tribunal on a question of law under this code shall be filed before High Court of that territorial jurisdiction. Now tell me the answer. Alright, thank you, that's good. If you are finding this session useful, because it has been launched to serve your interest only, right? Since exam is close and the date is very closer now. Tell me the answers. Okay, so see, first statement, adjudicating authority for companies is not DRT. Debt Recovery Tribunal, as I told you, takes up the cases of individuals, right? Individuals. The companies' cases will be taken up by National Company Law Tribunal. So this is wrong. This is wrong. Second, an appeal from an order of the DRT under this code shall be filed before Debt Recovery Appellate Tribunal. Yes. You know what are appellate tribunals? First of all, what are tribunals? These are quasi-judicial bodies, right? And appellate tribunal is where you can go against the order of debt recovery tribunal. You can go with an appeal to relook at the judgment or the decision. So yes, if you have any problem with the judgment given by DRT, you can go to debt recovery appellate tribunal. Similarly, in case of NCLT, companies can go to National Company Appellate Tribunal. But so this is true, but here we have a problem. If you have problem again with the judgment of debt recovery appellate tribunal, then you don't have to go to the High Court. You have to file it within 45 days to the Supreme Court of India. Okay, so A has to be the right answer. Only one statement here is correct, which is your second statement. So here you can see A is the right answer. Okay. Adjudicating authority in relation to insolvency matters of individuals and firms is debt recovery tribunal, not the companies, not for the companies, right? Also this thing, an appeal from an order of the debt recovery appellate tribunal on a question of law has to be filed within 45 days before Supreme Court, as I told you. Within 45 days before Supreme Court, right? So this was the question. Then if we talk about the next question, 25th question, National Company Law Tribunal. So as I told you, it takes up the cases of companies and limited liability partnership firms, right? LLPs. National Company Law Tribunal has been vested with all powers of debt recovery tribunal. Any person aggrieved by an order of National Company Law Tribunal may file an appeal to the Supreme Court. NCLT is a constitutional body. Which above them are correct? You know, this cannot be true. National Company Law Tribunal established under IBC cannot be a constitutional body. It is a quasi-judicial body, right? So this is wrong. Yes, it has all the powers which are there with the DRT. I told you, DRT deals with the insolvency cases of individuals and firms. NCLT deals with the insolvency cases of companies and limited liability partnerships. Clear? So yes, equal powers. Then any person aggrieved by an order of NCLT may file appeal to the Supreme Court? No. Aggrieved by, first they have to go to the appellate tribunal of the NCLT, which is NCLAT, National Company Law Appellate Tribunal. Then after that they can go to the Supreme Court. So this also has to be wrong. So effectively one only is the correct answer. One only. Yes. A is the right answer, as you can see here. A is the right answer. NCLT is a quasi-judicial body, as I told you. Okay. Only one statement is correct. And any aggrieved person by an order of National Company Law Appellate Tribunal can go directly to the Supreme Court. If you are not satisfied with the judgment of National Company Law Tribunal, you have National Company Appellate Tribunal to go to. Even you are not satisfied with the judgment of Appellate Tribunal, then you can go to the Supreme Court, right? So first you have appellate tribunals to go and appeal against the judgment. So this was your question. So today we have done till question number 25. We have discussed these questions today. In the next session in the next part, I'll be taking up from question number 26. Okay. I hope these are very useful for you. See, we do not say that direct questions will be asked, but you know what happens is no one can predict what UPSC is going to ask, but you can have a glimpse of certain important areas that okay, SFBs are important, IBC is important, payments bank are important, right? KCC is important, lead bank scheme. You can get an idea that these areas are somewhat important. You can read about them, revise more about them, not reading. Now you don't have time to read, and stop reading if you are doing that. Just keep on revising whatever you have prepared. Otherwise, it will affect your performance in the exam, right? So we will discuss more questions. We will complete entire 80 question series. I'll be taking up from here in the next class. Thank you so much for staying focused, staying interactive. I wish you a very great day. Thank you. I'll see you in the next session.